smooth. That's very
Smooth.
Marcus, I got to ask about playing in the mask. Was it uncomfortable for you? Take us through that.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, just having to adjust it so much, but it's one of those things you have to learn to get used to. But I'm fortunate for Dr. Macau and Brandon Yoder for helping me through this process. They've done a great job of helping me take the necessary steps to making sure I'm, best protected while playing. So I'm very grateful for them. But I'm blessed and fortunate that I was able to play.
Was it your nose that got hurt? And are you still in pain? Is it broken?
Yeah, it is. So fracturing my nose. So still hurts a little bit, but it's one of those things that just takes time to heal. So I'm gonna get some work done on it next week. So it's just one of those things I have to just work with them on, trying to fix it. No, that was my first time. Yeah.
You guys kept battling back, couldn't get over the hump until you hit that jump shot, that step back jumper. Why do you think you guys were able to finally just get over the hump at the end there?
I mean, one of the things Coach always talks about is, we show our true colors, when our backs are kind of against the wall. And our growth as a team needs to come to where we don't have to do that, to where we're, putting ourselves in good positions to start the game. So, but I think we just have a group of guys that, have a willingness to fight to the end. And so if that last game didn't prove it, tonight proved it again. I think we have a resilient group, a group of guys who, are willing to fight for each other and, just to do whatever it takes to win. So, two really gutsy wins that we've had these past 2 days. And but we definitely have a lot of things we have to work on to try and put ourselves in better positions so we don't have to come from behind like that.
Kind of coming off of that, Ben was talking about getting over the hump, but the first half, did you guys feel the urgency to kind of try and get ahead early because you just had a game where it went into double overtime? Because it kind of seemed like almost too much urgency, and then a lot of the turnovers and things like that helped me.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us in the first half was, we had to do a better job of defending. I think, they were kind of scoring at will, and I think we picked it up in the second half, especially towards the end. But, that's something we have to continue to grow on as a group is, starting games better and, not really playing too fast, but playing at our pace that makes us successful. So doing necessary things to put ourselves in good positions from the start of the game rather than having to come back like I mentioned before.
Felt like a super intense atmosphere out there. What was it like with the crowd? Not even National Marquette Day yet, but what was that like for you guys?
It was like a nice little preview. Our fans give us so much life. There's nothing like playing here. And, to play for a fan base who shows so much support. They have so much tradition that they're proud of. And, seeing guys like Jay and Lazar come back, David come back, just to have, guys of that pedigree who've played here before, for them to come back and, for the university to open them with such welcoming arms and everything like that. It's definitely a place that you love to play at. And, our fans are, a big piece of our program. A lot of times people talk about coaches and players making up a team, but I think our coaches, our players, and our fans make up for our team. They're our strength, and I feel that, this place that we have here in Milwaukee is definitely a place that we want to protect, and our fans do a great job of helping us do that.
Kobe's been clutch Kobe like the last 3 games. What's it like playing with him, especially like today when he's seeking contact and he's a good free throw shooter, just being aggressive?
That's what Kobe does, man. He loves physicality. I know personally just because in practice, me and him are always going at it with each other. So he's a guy who brings out the best in his teammates. And, when our back's against the wall, he's one of those guys that just has a willingness to fight. He has a pit bull mentality. He'll never give up. He'll always fight to the end. So when you have a guy like that kind of spearheading the offense and defense of our team, guys are just going to follow in that lead. So he's a guy who, brings it night in and night out. And, he's really been showing these past 2 games. Last game, I was in the locker room watching the game, and, the plays he was making, not only on the offensive end, but the defensive end. And then tonight, just what he did and how he came out in the second half was definitely big for our team.
Yeah, I was going to ask about where you were watching in the locker room, where you kind of, I know you were hurting, but were you going crazy?
I was out of it, just from getting whacked in the head like that. I wasn't like going crazy out per se, but I was like, I was in tune with the game, but just my condition at the time, it was hard for me to kind of like go nuts. But those guys pulled out a hell of a win.
And then talk about how having those 21 points from the bench contributed to the win today.
When our bench is really contributing like they have been, we're definitely a tough team to beat. When you have guys like Jace, Jamal, Cy, even having Greg back. I mean, Greg has for our program. Greg's been, just such a fresh burst of light for us. So just to have him back and playing and seeing the court, is great. He's going to get back. He's going to get back healthy, and he's going to contribute a lot to us. But I really thought Jace really stepped up today. With his presence down low, his rebounding, his finishing at the rim. He's really had a great approach the past couple weeks in terms of what he's been bringing to the court. So he's been a big part of our bench production.
And then what are you guys going to work on in practice to prepare for Butler? I know you already played them, and what do you kind of expect from the crowd too for National Marquette Day?
We're going to work on a little bit of everything. I think getting back to the basics in terms of offensive fundamentals, and then also defense. I think defense is something that we've kind of slipped on around this time of year, so we have to definitely get back to playing defense like we know how to play. And then National Marquette Day, it's something you really can't explain. It's truly one of those times of the year you always look forward to, just because of how much the Marquette name means to people, not even people in Wisconsin, but people all over the country, all over the world. So, for that to actually be coming up, it's really exciting. I know our guys are excited. I know the fans are excited. I know people watching at home are going to be excited. So it's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere with a great opponent in Butler.